Out of all of the projects, commercial, residential, I've only ever had one client not want to showcase their home.
Mm.
And that was a point where a lot of my friends were like, oh, do you really think people are going to want you filming their homes? And what's interesting, a lot of clients actually love it because they don't know how things are getting built. So there's always this confliction of like, are they doing it right?
Mhm.
And if we're putting everything out there, we're putting ourselves to criticism, scrutiny, and we're transparent.
Are you ready to level up your journey? Welcome to Get On Top, where we dive deep into the riveting tales of self-made entrepreneurs and corporate titans who have scaled the summit of success. Get ready for a roller coaster of insights, inspiration, and a roadmap to elevate both your mindset and your life. This is Get On Top with Morgan Browne. Welcome. Oh my God, Mehrdad. Welcome to this incredible new year.
Thank you
I'm
for
so
having
excited
me.
to have you here.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Well, I was so extremely fascinated after our conversation and about just kind of doing a deep dive into your life about how young you started your company.
Right.
And maybe just tell me a little bit about how that came about.
For sure. So I started my company when I was 23, graduated UBC from kinesiology. Originally wanted to go to medicine and become a plastic surgeon. Realized that I don't have the same passion towards medicine that my peers did. Didn't know what else to do. As an immigrant family, there's not many other options but engineer and law. So I studied for the LSAT, bombed it like 3 times, realized quickly it wasn't for me. Got a job offer at a commercial real estate office because I had a family friend.
Mm-hmm.
Could not work in an office. That wasn't meant for me. So one day, job shadowing was enough. But what I learned in that one day was how you can take, they took pension funds and they invested into commercial spaces.
Mm.
So the ball kind of started rolling in my head. And I realized, well, my parents have lived in the same home for around 15 years. They've built equity.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move them to an area that has a higher growth trajectory. And so I pitched the idea to my parents to sell their house. Probably needs a little bit of a lipstick reno. They agreed. I don't
Best
know.
parents.
I know, right? And renovated in 3 weeks.
Okay.
And a realtor that had viewed the spot had known me, and he actually messaged me and said, oh, you should do this as a career path.
Mm.
I didn't even know this was a career path. I didn't know what construction or contracting was. So I asked my own realtor to give me the contact list of all the realtors that had viewed the space with their clients.
Mm-hmm.
And the house sold in 2 days, like over asking, like it did very well.
Wow.
And funny enough, the one realtor that was willing to sit down with me for coffee, his clients got outbid on my parents' home. And
Wow.
they were pretty upset they didn't get that home. But in turn, they had to buy a house really old, but not too far away, stuck in the 80s.
Okay.
And he said, they're going to do a huge reno. Do you want to meet them? And I was like, I'd love to. Not thinking nothing was going to come from it. And then I just pitched my idea pretty much to the project for free on my end. But that was the start and it snowballed from there.
Wow. You know, the thing that comes to light when you're talking about that is, you know, really what makes like the pain points in your life are the things that actually give you so much back later on in your life. I'm a true believer in that.
Yeah.
You know, actually, it's not just me, it's Tony Robbins. That's a big believer in that. But, you know, it sounds like you didn't just find a niche, but you found a pain point in that journey that you started to take. Tell me, I think a lot of people are thinking in their minds, how did you know like what contractors to use, what trades to pull in when you had no kind of knowledge at that time for your parents? I think that's the first step. How did you know? What was the step
my first project was my own condo that I had purchased in my final year of university.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little small dinky condo in Kitsilano. And I did all the work myself. But through that, I had found an electrician and a couple of key components like the plumber.
Okay.
So I was able to kind of call up on those people. But throughout the years, it's been trial and error.
Mm.
You find really good subcontractors that you work with and you continue working with them. And then you find the ones that you should probably stop working with. And again, it's a growing process. But yeah, I guess maybe there was a bit of luck to finding some key people to do my parents' home. And it was a quick turnaround. And yeah, the stars kind of aligned and made it work.
What I hear so much over and over again when you're dealing with trades is you can kind of like really find people that match your personality, right? How much of that is a part of your story? You know, finding the right people to work with.
For sure. I mean, I'm only as good as my trades.
That's so good.
And part of hiring a contractor and not doing it yourself is the team that comes with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we are very fortunate to have found amazing trades that have the same vision of growth and quality and making sure that clients come first. And it's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure, and that kind of lends to making sure that the customer that you're dealing with is so comfortable with you, right? How is your team showing up for you every day? Like, obviously, you have a great operation. People all over the city are talking about not only the operational side, but the communication you guys are putting out. How does that start for you and your partners, right? Like, are you guys coming together as a team and starting business plans and going from that side? Or are you guys just kind of trial and error kind of throughout the process?
Great question. I mean, when I first decided this is the career path I'm going to go down, I looked at the perspective from the trades. I looked at it from the perspective of the client and what are the weak points and the pain points that need to get improved on. From the trade side, they're always worried about not getting paid on time. That's their biggest concern. They want to do their best work, but they keep getting, can I say screwed over?
Yeah, I guess
okay, keep getting screwed over constantly. And on the client side, they want someone that is client facing, excellent communication. Even if the project's going to run over time, are they being told that ahead of time? Can they plan accordingly? And why is that happening? So if they feel heard. So I was okay, I can take over that side. I can fix that communication problem. And on the trade side, I told all my trades that I don't care if a client doesn't ever pay me, you will always get paid.
Right.
I don't care if I take a line of credit out or whatever, you never have to worry about that. Show up every day on time and I will pay you when you're done. For a lot of our smaller projects, there's no net 30, 60, I'm paying you.
Wow.
The financial problem, that's my problem.
Right.
Not yours. You've done your part. And because of that, we developed such trust. And whenever I need something done, they show up. Sunday, 10 o'clock at night, whatever, it's getting done.
Just so much integrity there.
Yeah.
Like so much integrity and I think a lot of people are going to think, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was a big deal for trades. Yeah. Like I feel almost like there's a lot of people out there that don't see that connection of you as a contractor and those trades and how much fear there is on those trades to get paid. Where did that integrity come from with yourself? Like you must have built this, of course, going through so much, not only you starting your own company, going through, schooling yourself. Where is that integrity from?
I think ultimately from your family.
Yeah.
Right. My parents immigrated here when I was 2 years old, and it was instilled from a very young age, maybe a little too young, that we are here for you. And that weight that sits on you makes you figure things out pretty quick.
I know. I am an immigrant daughter too. I will say there's so much weight. But it does. You have to say that these are some massive traits for business people and entrepreneurs, the people that have rose to the top. There's this integrity pull that you have to show up each and every day to ensure that your clients and the people around you are supported.
Exactly.
Right. And taken care of. You do that so nicely. Tell me about your team. Like who's with you? Who's the partnership? What can people see when they're working with you?
Yeah.
Who's touching them?
The core is myself, my business partner. We have excellent project managers and project coordinators that work with us as well. But the main team is myself, my business partner.
Nice.
He's also my best friend since high school. So
great.
It's pretty special.
How do you find that? So obviously you found him in high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had partnerships on in the past and some of them have worked and some of them have not. What are some trips or tricks that can actually help people get into partnership when looking for somebody?
This is actually a question that we get asked very common.
I'm sure.
And the biggest fear is you hear these horror stories of people kind of just going sideways and it's horrible. And you develop something great and you lose it within a second. And I've really narrowed it down to making sure that you have all the contractual things in place, your shotgun clause, you have everything in paper so everyone knows what the consequences are and what will the procedure be if things go sideways. Right?
I love that.
There's financial stakes to it. So everyone understands the weight. That's number one. And number two,
hear that shotgun clause, guys, everybody. And also remember to listen about just having everything on paper.
Yeah.
which is so key.
Yeah.
Okay, what's number two?
People are like,
I'm
we're
excited.
brothers or sisters.
Yeah. I thought you guys were brother. I thought you guys were the same person.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
We
your
look
social
similar.
media, it's so funny. I'm like, is that I'm like, that can't be.
Did he just take his sunglasses off? What's going on? And then the second thing is, which I think might even be more important, is making sure you have distinct roles. Too often, business partners are blended in what they do. And that's when those blurry lines become conflict. My business partner is amazing with our back end bookkeeping, as well as is so detail oriented for very complex and complicated projects. He manages them. And I know my skill set. My skill set is customer acquisition and marketing. And because we know what our roles are, we don't diverge and we respect the other person for what they excel at. So there's never this thing of, look, you're not working hard enough, you're not doing this, because I know he's the best at what he does and he trusts me in being the best at what I do.
Yeah, there's such a marriage that comes with it. I'm in a couple partnerships myself. And it's funny because I think because we're able to express and be super transparent. That's like a huge thing. A transparency about what you didn't like, what you did like, where someone should fall, where someone should follow. Like there's that conversation that happens on a regular basis. Yeah. When has it ever been where you guys have, like, what's one of the biggest things that you guys have conquered together as a team?
So I started the company myself and then he joined in 2 years in.
Yeah.
The biggest thing we conquered, honestly, coming in, he tidied up our paperwork. Like my bookkeeping was pen and paper. It was, let's not talk about that. Yeah. But I think together we've really established time, and with time comes opportunities. So I've been able to kind of grow our business into the direction that we really wanted to, taking on bigger and better projects, and doing it very well organized together. So together we built our first restaurant project together. Then we did our first office project. It kept getting bigger and better with more, I don't know, VIP clientele, let's say. Right? Just it was more weight to our projects, and it just becomes much more special together. Yeah.
So that experience that you start to create over time, it does take a couple chapters, a couple seasons to get there, right?
Yeah.
And then you start to find the things that you're really excited about and what you're kind of building out. Now you're kind of moving into this really, I would say people kind of have seen a lot of those huge projects that are commercial that you guys have started to tackle. How different is the residential to commercial for you?
They're completely polar opposites. On the residential side, you're working directly with the end user who has put in every dime they can and saved up to build their special home. And it's special, like for us as well, because we're part of their journey and their story. And sometimes you're a marriage counselor.
Yeah.
Versus on the commercial side, you're there to do a job. You make sure you do it well, on time and on budget, and you've built a clientele that will stay with you for life. And those little details, although important, the client's very different. They also understand because they're a business owner too. So it's understanding how to maneuver that has been a learning experience.
I went to Celine. I was very impressed.
Thank you.
I brought my brother for his 36th birthday or something like that. And I was like, I'm just here for this decor, man. This is why, but the food was amazing. And I feel like, when I'm looking at all that design, that architecture that goes with it, how does that work? You obviously work with a lot of trades, but then there's these architects, there's the other side of that, the designers. How is your relationships with those people? Do you mostly work with one or two? I guess for what people want to hear is like, are you kind of slimming your business down, or are you speaking to a wide range based off of the customer?
Yeah. I mean, we'd love to cast our web as broad as possible. We love working with the same architects and designers that we do all the time. But at the same time, we love getting the opportunity to work with new designers. They bring so much new designs and inspiration that we get to be a part of, which is great. It's not only great for our portfolio, but we get to learn new things, right? Sometimes a designer will bring in something that you've never seen before, and you have to figure out, well, I don't know, I guess we're gonna have to build this somehow. And that's a really
These
cool and
designers.
special. Yeah.
I got to tell you, right before I came here, my designer's taking photos of my house for
Right.
her portfolio.
Right.
The things she's made me do,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm like, I
No
don't
one
even.
lives there.
No one lives there. I
Yeah.
had to like hide everything,
Right.
hide everything. But it's an interesting marriage between contractors and designers.
Yeah.
I find them, whoever you're working with, sometimes they don't work together.
Right.
Like but then most people that are in that professional, level,
Right.
they can work it out, which is so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of young builders out there, a lot of young contractors that are trying to aspire to be where you are now. Like if you were to kind of say to yourself 10 years ago, looking back at 5 years ago, what piece of advice could you give them? What could they start doing and what could they stop doing?
Yeah. My biggest motto is fake it till you make it.
Yes.
People were calling me, setting up meetings. They're like, can I come to your office? I was 23 on my bed at my parents' home working on a laptop. Right. And you can present yourself however you wish to do so. And you almost want to present yourself to what you aspire to be. And yeah, I think that's really my biggest motto. And so there's a lot of chitter chatter around you. And I think you go through different friend groups growing up.
Yes.
People will support you. People will then not support you, and understanding that that's okay. And you just have to follow the journey, and almost as if you have to have horse blinders on.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just so much of that, I think anyone that's listening that's young and that doesn't really know what they're doing, I think half of it is just doing the work day in and day out, like that consistent habit, bringing that back into your own space. But then also that same habit of just kind of a new identity, right? There's a lot of people that would probably say, I'm sitting on my bed, it's like a stop. I can't do it. But instead you kind of said, you know what, I'm going to start kind of building for the future and building towards the identity I want to create. You have some really exciting projects close to Point Grey, and some massive new kind of identity shifts for the city.
For sure.
How much do you recognize that you're putting your stamp on these things in Vancouver? Like, are you starting to realize that now?
I mean, we're going into it wanting to do that. I mean, our whole company motto is building the future of construction. I mean, it first started off because I was 23 trying to build the future of construction. It's a very archaic industry.
Yes.
People don't talk about who built the place, what went into building a space. No one even knows who owns the spaces. And I think that's very unfortunate. I think a lot of talent and hard work goes into not only the planning, but the development and then the operational side. And I think using social media has been a blessing, and being able to not only tag ourselves with those amazing brands and have people know that we're the ones responsible for building it, and we're proud to do so.
Yeah.
And then helping those brands also get traction early on as well.
Yeah, you're just so good at marketing. Like, I think that's another background, for yourself.
Right.
Obviously what you're saying is you're trying to accomplish, like, show people what the inside lens is, really, like who's the one putting the deep roots down.
Yeah.
How are you, like, strategically thinking about these projects? First of all, are you getting your clients to sign off, allowing you to be in those spaces and having, these are the questions, of their inside kind of prevamp, which is one question. Has any of your clients said no to that? And two, where does the storytelling start?
Right.
Yeah.
So to your first question of, do we get permission? Yes, it's in our contract that we get permission.
Great.
A lot of times, not a lot. Sometimes there have been projects that were really just taken on for the marketing. It's too out of the way, or there's not enough money, budget's low, but it's on an amazing street and I can put my logo on it. We're going to do it.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
Signage.
Exactly. Signage. All about signage.
Signage. Yeah. Yes.
Out of all of the projects, commercial, residential, I've only ever had one client not want to showcase their home. And that was a point where a lot of my friends were like, oh, do you really think people are going to want you filming their homes? And what's interesting, a lot of clients actually love it because they don't know how things are getting built. So there's always this confliction of, like, are they doing it right? And if we're putting everything out there, we're putting ourselves to criticism, scrutiny, and we're transparent. This is how waterproofing is done. Sometimes some things you just have to assume waterproofing was done. No, let me show you this was it, right? It was done December 13 on this date. It's all in a video. So there's that level of transparency that they really enjoy.
That's great.
Also, if they're at work, it's cool. They get to go on their phone and go on my page and be like, oh, today tiling got done. So now I can go visit my house and I know tiling was done. Especially for clients that are overseas.
Yeah.
They love seeing that experience happening at real time.
That is very cool. I mean, there is that level of like beginning to end. You know, it's like that. You're right. It's that journey space for that clientele.
Yeah.
And then there's the level of like really bringing customers into it. I mean, I got attached to you because of Tamar. She's sitting there because I was like, oh, this is really engaging.
Right.
And now I can't wait until your next post, which is really great because it makes me feel like I want to cheer you on.
Right.
Like maybe it's just me because I'm that cheerleader behind. But I'm thinking, how do I get this guy more business, more fun, more things I can watch because it's exciting for me. But then it's not very cheesy. Like, how do you balance that?
It's not like a very fine line.
Property brother situation.
No. But it's interesting. I find very recently, a lot of our commercial clients will almost, when they're out, they're weighing different contractors, we get weighed up because they get free PR out of it now.
That's so interesting.
Right? So they're spending $20,000, $40,000 on a PR company to do videos for them. They're getting it for free. And so there's hype being built around their business before it even opens up, which, you know what I mean? Like you have to pay so much money and attention for that and you're getting it for free now. So that's part of it. And then also I love it. Like you know what I mean? Like at midnight, I start doing whatever I need to do, editing, filming, and it's just fun.
Yeah. See, that's such a unique selling proposition for you though. Like you've kind of made it part of the package.
Yeah.
And I would probably choose you if I was getting free PR. Like it's just interesting.
Yeah.
Where do you see, you kind of left off on just, what your slogan and your mission is. Where do you see the future of this going? Like, I mean, the whole world of contracting.
Right.
There's just so much tech happening right now. I mean, I'm a total pod nerd. So all I do is like just consume.
Right.
And AI is a huge portion of it. How is that going to shape you as a contractor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or have you looked into it?
I've looked into it a little bit. I mean, AI in terms of virtually being able to see a space before it comes to fruition is a big one. Clients really like just seeing that. So you can wear like goggles and kind of see what your space looks like.
Yeah.
That's one side of it. And then on the actual operational side, AI has been great because we can kind of offload some of our work to AI in terms of whether it's note taking, whether it's just doing calendars for us. Like there's so many little ways that you can be incorporating it. And I think every day new things are coming up and we're able to kind of hopefully learn and incorporate those into our business.
Yeah, it's such a hard, I do see everything getting more supportive with that. And as long as you're kind of embracing it.
Yeah.
And I think it's like why I bring you up as the future is like because you're younger, you're able to see it, you're going to have way more time in this than a majority of people that maybe are going into it. Are you starting to see that there's a lot of those retirement, like people are retiring from the contracting stage, I mean,
not fast enough. Let's move it along.
Get out of here. But it is one of those things that I'm seeing. I think anything in service right now, I am seeing a new guard coming in a really big way. Myself, I own multiple companies. I'm starting to see people kind of phase out, a lot more M&As happening, a lot more changes. Are you finding that in the contracting world as well?
A little bit. I feel like not enough people are going into the trades.
Yeah.
So a lot of these bigger companies have no one really to pass their companies onto. And so they're just kind of fiddling away. What was I going to say? Kind of off a tangent, what's also cool is I'm slowly getting to the age where a lot of people my own age are now becoming property and business owners. So for the first time, I'm now dealing with people my own age versus someone who's 20, 30 plus years older than me.
Yeah,
and that's been a really cool thing. And I feel like they also appreciate being able to kind of speak with someone that understands them and what their pain points are.
There's so many people kind of now in the trades that are, and I hear this all the time, is we don't have enough trades.
Yeah.
We don't have enough people to actually do the work.
Yeah.
And the government has put into these big initiatives to ensure that those trades start to happen. Are you finding that like the trades that you're working with, are they starting to build and deepen with more trades? Or are you finding it's like a slow and you get one person and like that's it?
No, I mean, there's new companies
Yeah.
popping up every single day, but as that continues to happen, you start quickly realizing who is really good
Mhm.
and who's just here to hop on that wave.
Yeah. There's
Right.
like a massive wave that's happening. Reputation is huge. I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit as well, but when you're talking about reputation in an industry that's so word of mouth,
Right.
like it's amazing. Like what actions are you doing to protect your beautiful name? Because your
Yeah.
beautiful branding, if anyone has a moment when things go wrong, I think that's another thing. How are you guys putting up those parameters?
I mean, things go wrong every single day,
Yeah.
right? And social media is great. You can also get slander towards you and stuff, and that's something new that we're learning
Mhm.
how to cope with and
Yeah.
quickly deleting
tell you.
comments. And
I'll tell you how to do
please,
it. You write back to them.
I don't know. You sure?
Yeah, because I'll tell you guys. Okay, in my experience, a lot of them is just it's an emotional
Right.
outbreak. That maybe they didn't get back to in communication, or there was a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
But the general public will always read through it,
Right.
and say, "Oh, okay, they got to the finishing." I had one person a long time ago say, like, "Oh, she doesn't pay her cleaning bills." I'm like, "What?" It was going to a completely different email. It was completely wrong.
Right.
You moving into those spaces and people that are listening that are moving to those spaces. This is why I bring this up is how do you handle them and like the composure that you have to take for them, right?
Yeah. I mean, as a business owner in what I find a pretty small town,
Mm-hmm.
your identity is everything, and
Mhm.
people can make inferences without knowing you. And I think, unfortunately, you do have to have composure at all times.
All times.
There's not really a moment where you can kind of slip up.
No.
So whether that be, I don't know, at a birthday, and you got to make sure you handle yourself for certain situations,
Mhm.
and even to social media, if there's comments, I personally delete them.
You're like, I'm deleting these.
Yeah, gone. This person doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But I do know. I mean, yeah, you can just let them be, and some people do retaliate and stuff. I try to just avoid it, and yeah, keep doing good work.
You know what?
And
It's working for you. I'll
Yeah.
take one out of your book. I'll stop kind of like going and like, well, let's talk about
Yeah.
it.
show up at this address at this time.
I'm like, oh gosh. Early on, how did you learn? Like, I mean, this is deep. What projects to say no to? I
Mhm.
mean, it's so funny. Like, it's really about what you choose.
Right.
Over years of just making sure that you're choosing the right projects for your team. How do you decipher what that is? And for the long-term success that you guys are going to get.
This is only a very new thing that I think I finally feel like I'm getting it more established at, being able to select who I want to work with.
Mhm.
Obviously, number one, it comes down to originally, you need to feed, right? So you got bills to pay. And so sometimes you got to take on things you don't want to take.
Mhm.
And then you get to a point of maturation in your company where, okay, financially, I don't need to take this. It'd be great. But now that I have that security in place, I have the opportunity to say no. And it ultimately comes down to the client.
Yeah.
Sometimes a project doesn't have enough budget. I can look past that. But if the relationship doesn't work, that's the red flag that you need to listen to.
Yeah, that's great. Is there any like crossover? I'm just so interested on like your kinesiology to the
Right.
development side. Do you feel like that at all?
My elevator pitch is always that a healthy home starts with a healthy body, right?
Mm,
So
that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, it's such a funny where people are so focused right now on like self-help and healthy body and longevity. There's so much correlation there. That's
Sure.
why I'm asking. I said there has to be this like connection between the two.
Definitely.
What are you excited about moving forward into the new year for you and your clients? I know you take on specific amount of projects.
Right.
Maybe you can share about why you choose a specific amount as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of the amount, it really comes down to the timing of the project. If we have to wait for permits, we can plan accordingly. So our
Yeah.
schedule is based on the complexity, the size of the project, and how long permits might take, so on and so forth. So we make sure that every project is maintained as a priority, so we're not overlapping and our attentions aren't spread too thin.
Right.
And so your other question was, how do we choose?
How do you choose? Yeah.
Yeah. So going into this year and preceding years, I mean, nothing gets you more excited than driving by and seeing your signage on a street. That is the most grateful feeling. To
It's a
drive by.
dopamine hit.
It's yeah.
I love it.
It's so special.
Yeah. You get so proud of that. I think that's where people start to, that gratitude starts to dwindle from a lot of people. But I realize the people that are in those like service-oriented businesses, the ones that have surpassed everybody are those ones that are proud and grateful for those moments, right? I do want to talk lightly about your branding. Where this all was it? Did you make it on your bed at 23? Like, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it like a Canva thing where you just like, I'm going to make it?
Yeah. Oh, Canva, yeah.
So to this point, how much do you think just execution is doing it is a part of your success story?
Oh, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. There's no time to figure it out, right? So you just do it. And what I've been able to kind of excel at has been being that if I don't know the answer, I can find the person that has the answer.
Right.
And with that motto, you figure it out and you keep going and complete everything to finish everything. Whether you make money or not, doesn't matter. Good word travels very quick. Bad work travels even quicker.
Are you like a routine guy? Like, do you tell me some tricks on the personal side of it, right? Because, I think business ownership is really tough for people, especially people that, maybe have a lack of motivation or where are you finding your like motivation behind it? What's your routine look like in a day?
Yeah. I mean, I think the core of the motivation probably comes from, hearing your parents say they're proud of you and not hearing it. So you keep trucking forward. One day you'll hear it.
Are you Asian like me? I'm just joking.
So that's the deep rooted, what I tell my therapist. But in terms of just like, I don't know, like you just figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's like one of those things that you either can have it or you don't. There's a lot of that's involved in that. Yeah. And
not having a plan B, I think is important.
Oh, wow.
Like I have nothing to fall back on.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like, this is it.
This is it.
That's so good. There's so much stipulation about, home ownership, developers, young builders, like understanding the projects properly, and really understanding what goes to it. Right. Of course, you've learned it on the field. You've been experienced enough to do that. What was that learning curve for you? Because obviously you walked right into it. Tell me a little bit about that story a bit.
I mean, I'm very transparent. I don't come from a trade background. Sure, I was always passionate about building things. Like I built my parents' deck and whatever, like that kind of stuff. But again, I knew my strong suits were sales and connection with people. And so everything else on the back end was just finding the right people. I could have gone to any industry, I think, and done the exact same thing. You know what I mean? Like I can sell and I can find the right people to bring it to fruition.
Right.
Yeah.
It's such a great thing to hear of the rise of the company. What are you excited for? What projects do you have that's kind of in the pipeline that you're excited about that people should be watching?
Yeah. I mean, currently we're building Tality, Kitsilano, which is very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. And what else? We're doing Preston's. It's a really cool restaurant that we're doing.
That needed it. I'm very happy that you're doing that.
Yeah, it was long overdue. Yeah.
It's time.
That was actually one of the clients that, again, chose us based on
social. Wow. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. And they found us through socials.
Oh my gosh. The finding of the business. So good.
Yeah.
Those are two really exciting parts of, I think, Vancouver, and they make really big landmarks, kind of one on the west side and one in downtown Vancouver, which is great. I guess, tell me about, for everyone that's wondering, not only what you just mentioned about getting the clients,
right,
hunting and gathering the clients.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, what does that strategy look like for you guys? Other than social?
That's the most exciting part.
I know.
Yeah.
You should have been a realtor.
Yeah. I mean, I've wheeled in deals since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I love it. Nothing gets me more excited than being able to have someone sit across the table and be like, I want to work with you. Sold, right? Like,
yes.
I love that, right? But strategy-wise, social media is a big one. Going the extra mile for our existing clients. A lot of people, we get scrutiny from like some of our trades even, or even, friends of friends are like, oh, you're spending too much on gift baskets and events and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Like, that's how you build long-term relationships with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think our clients know that we're not cheap. And I might sound cliche, but there's so many times where we just cover something just to make sure we maintain the relationship. At the end of the day, if we make money, but if the relationship at the end of the project with the client doesn't go well, what was the point?
Such a referral piece, right? And
Everything is
everybody
referrals.
is that word of mouth. And once you get those clients that you are like lifers for you, what I call my A pluses,
Yeah.
It just makes it a lot more easy and way more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Right? Like people are like, oh my gosh, you're with the same group and you start to become this kind of family, which is so nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're in your kind of hunting gathering phase, which I'm so happy that you're excited about, because I think there's a lot of people that miss out on the good things there.
Yeah.
Which is meeting new people, connecting more and more with new, exciting, different groups of people. I love this. Okay, so my last kind of question about leadership. Obviously, you're moving into a place where you're like the CEO of the company. You're moving through, a whole new development. You get some great clients. What are you looking to kind of build for your own team, like on the leadership level? Or will you kind of go fully in-house and do all the designer stuff? Or are you thinking of just still kind of working with the A pluses that you work with now?
Great question. I think these are the questions that keep many entrepreneurs up at night.
Mm-hmm.
I built the company with this part in mind, and I still believe in it, which I think a lot of other companies don't do this same model, which is we try to stay as lean as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We have we have 2 meetings a week as our team, and we do it at a coffee shop, same coffee shop.
Awesome.
I'd love to have a fancy office, but what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Being able to stay lean gives me the capability to take on sometimes projects that, again, don't have the most ROI immediately,
Mm-hmm.
but can lead me to so many better opportunities. And if I don't take those projects on, that client will take on some random contractor that will ruin their project. And again, it's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
So the more people I can meet, the bigger my cast gets. So again, just staying lean as possible. I would never do in-house design. I love working with a multitude of different designers throughout Vancouver. There's so many talented ones. Same with architects.
Love that.
And the biggest criticism we get from a lot of clients is, well, why don't you have this person on staff, like a plumber, electrician? I'm like, why would I?
Mm-hmm.
I can tender the project out, get you the best price, bring you the best people that we work with. And again, I just think that's the best model. And I think that's the future of actual construction.
I love that. I think that's a very good point. So many people are tied up on having a group and having that, but what people don't realize is the revenue and what you're spending all your money on is just so much more lean when you can start putting really key people, partners and players in place, but they don't have to be under your umbrella, which is so important. And that kind of leads to my last kind of question is, when you set that goal, what's the very, next steps for you to start executing, 2026? Obviously you have meetings, you have your connection with your team. What does it look like so that you make the biggest impact on your clients? And what are the steps that you take? Like, let's just say you have a client that's kind of hire you on as a big group. Right. What can people expect from you on the next steps moving forward?
What are the first initial steps?
Initial steps.
I mean, do you have a designer? Do you have an architect?
Yeah.
Are these people? If you don't, we're happy to refer you. If you do, then we'll do pre-construction with you. We'll review what the project actually entails, making sure that it fits within your budget. And then we send you a proposal, review it. We keep revising until it meets your budget. And then apply for permits. And then we take it A to Z. You'll see every part of A to Z on social media, hopefully, if you sign.
Yes.
And then throughout it, again, it's all about communication. You get weekly updates. We'll do check-ins on site if necessary and if you want to.
Great.
Again, all about communication. And then at the very end, we'll do deficiency walkthrough, give you a schedule to complete those deficiencies, and then give you a gift basket. And
away
hopefully
you go.
You'll do a video testimonial for us.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mehrdad, thank you so much for being on Get On Top. It was so insightful. I think a lot of people are going to get way more of a clearer picture of what they're planning out. You're such a huge part of people's story. And I just want to give you such praise on that, because it's not easy to be in that position. But then it is so so rewarding. And you've really showed everybody that that can be done, which is great.
Thank you very much. Thanks for setting
Yay.
up this platform.
Thank you.